Money is one of the most fundamental things in all of Hypixel SkyBlock. But however, early game players have to deal with that problem. The problem is they don't have a setup like most players do. So that means money is extremely scarce for early game players. But however, don't worry. If you're early game, I have 3 money making methods that will help you thrive in Hypixel Skyblock. The first of the 3 money making methods actually involves the Rift. While the Rift is already filled with a ton of money making methods, there is one I used to do that nobody talks about, really. And this involves killing puffs. Now, if you don't know already, when you run around, you spawn these things called puffs. And these puffs, they drop puff crux. And these puff crux can actually make you something that costs 3 million coins. So if I just go ahead and show, what we're trying to make is the respiration artifact. It requires a lot of these puff cruxes, but however, since you spawn so many of these so quick, that means you can actually make a lot of money from this method. And to boost your puff rates even more, you can go ahead and buy this potion right here. So you are able to get more puffs. It only costs 1000 motes, but however, motes are really easy to get, and the Ubix cube will give you a lot of motes. So, we're going to test this money making method for 5 minutes and see how much we make. And that should be the last puff. And we have just enough puff crux to make one of these respiration artifacts. And doing the math, if we can get one of these guys every 5 minutes, that means we are looking at a total of 33 million coins an hour. Obviously, there is a bit of downtime because you do have to grab another potion and then climb your way back up. But even then, that will still be around 30 million coins an hour. So this is one of the best methods for early game. The only thing you do have to worry about is getting through the Stilgore Chateau and doing the very annoying Vampire Slayer. But once you do get through that, 33 million coins for an early game player is a lot of coins, which is insane for early game. Now, for our second money making method, we are actually going to be using Galatea. Now, on Galatea, instead of chopping trees like we normally would do, we are actually going to be heading down to this little cave here. And basically all we're gonna do is kill these guys, the chills. Basically what you want to do is you want to grab an axe and then start hitting these guys. These guys have relatively low health, so you should be able to do enough damage to kill them as an early game. But yeah, we will be doing this for 5 minutes and see how much we make. And our 5-minute timer is up, so let's see how much money we made. Now, this method was a little bit RNG based, and unfortunately I didn't get very lucky, so I was only able to get about 500k from this method. But however, if you're able to get super lucky, this money making method could potentially get you up to 20 mil an hour. Now, since I didn't get very lucky, that's why I'm only getting 6 mil an hour. But however, if we account for the Agatha contest, that means according to these rates, I could get possibly up to 10 mil an hour, which isn't too bad. And considering it does get you a little bit of progression outside of just money, this money making method is actually not too bad. The last method we're going to be touching today is another hunting method. And this time, we're going to be hunting mocha bears. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically what we have to do is go into this little cave here. And basically what we're gonna find is a lot of bamboo and these panda things. Basically, the idea is you want to chop down these bamboo. So, you want to get rid of your forging sack, and you want to start breaking these bamboo with your sword. And it's a good idea to get as much of it before you start this money making method, just so you don't have to worry about having to get more bamboo in the middle of doing this. It's recommended you do this with a party so you can get speed up feeding the pandas a lot faster, and this will just help the efficiency of you and your party members. And to show you the idea in action, what we're gonna do is just to like use the bamboo on these pandas. And as it grows, it becomes bigger. And once it gets too big, you're going to get these bamboo leaf shards. And these bamboo leaf shards actually sell for a decent amount. And these guys sell for 43k coins each for a sell order. But yeah, like usual, we're going to be testing this money making method for 5 minutes and see how much we make. After doing this money making method for 5 minutes, I can say this is another amazing money making method for early game. And it doesn't require any RNG. If we go ahead and look, we were able to get 21 Mocha Bear shards and 6 of these bamboo leaf shards. And this adds up to 1.65 million coins. And if we times that by 12, that means that's almost 20 million coins an hour, which is insane for early game. And not only that, it helps with forging, so this is definitely a good money making method for both progression and money at the same time. Now, one honorable mention is key guardian farming. Now, the reason I consider this an honorable mention is because to make this money making method good, you actually need 2 key guardian structures to make this good. And luckily these do spawn in the crystal hollows, so what you want to do is you just want to like kill this key guardian. Basically what it's going to do is it'll drop these jungle keys. They go into my crystal hollow sack, and basically every single time you kill one of these guys, it drops 2 keys. That's assuming you have looting for, of course. And basically after the first key guardian, you want to head to the second key guardian, assuming you can find another one, of course. And basically, you can kill the second key guardian just like this. Now try to be careful to use a sword that doesn't involve cleave, because if you accidentally hit one of these guys do a lot of damage. So try to use a sword without cleave, otherwise you will get one-shotted. And you're gonna have to go all the way back and making, or I should say griefing your own money making method. And all you want to do is just walk from one key guardian place to the other key guardian place. Once you kill the other key guardian, you want to wait till this key guardian spawns, and then you just loop back for money, essentially. And assuming if you can find 2 key guardians, this is probably the easiest one out of the bunch, considering you're only really moving and hitting one mob. But however, it's only honorable mention just because you have to find the 2 key guardians. Otherwise, you'll be only looking at 10 million an hour, and the only progression you really get is the bestiary and a little bit of combat XP, unlike the chills. But yeah, that is all for today. Let me know down in the comments if there are any other underrated money making methods that I've missed in this video. But until then, I will see you guys next time.